Today we're gonna talk about the perfect formula for a great YouTube video. That is a video that gets watched and a video that is remembered by the viewer. And it's important to note that every piece of visual media has a structure. We're all familiar with the infomercial, right? It starts in black and white and some very basic problem needs to be solved. There's a star wipe that reveals in color the wonder of this product, and we see what it can make and the things that it can do. That's of course when they ask you for a sale. But as a business professional, you can't be making only videos that sell your product or service. You have to add an entertainment factor. You have to add a psychological component to your videos that gets the viewer to like you, to be inspired by you, and to take action by what you ask them to do. So a great YouTube video is gonna include entertainment factors that you might see in a sitcom like The Office, which may or may not be the funniest show since Seinfeld.
Enjoy.
See, every sitcom follows a structure that you'll probably recognize. First, they try to grab your attention with an opening joke, often called the cold open. Like this episode of The Office, where they opened up with parkour.
Parkour! Michael, parkour!
After that, we hear a familiar theme song, which is really a brilliant move because a good theme song will get stuck in your head and you'll hum it all week long. As the show continues on, we see a familiar storytelling structure start to arise that includes things like pattern interrupts, cliffhangers, and even sponsorships that make the whole thing financially feasible. All of these are components that you can add into a great YouTube video. Now, the perfect formula for a great YouTube video combines what we know of infomercials with what we know of sitcoms to create the great video formula. If you can memorize this acronym, you can make a great YouTube video every single time on any topic, and you can use this formula in your webinars, in your live streams, and even in your sales conversations. Let's take a look at what it means.
Owen video!
G means to grab attention. R is relate to the viewer. E is explain your solution. A is ask for engagement, and T is tell them what to do next. And in between each section, we're gonna add small pattern interrupts to keep the viewer engaged and entertain them in your own way. So let's build out our first video with the great video formula. The first thing we wanna do is grab the viewer's attention. This is your hook. It's the first 15 to 30 seconds of your video, and your whole objective is to get the viewer interested in watching for a few more minutes. Now, your hook will contain three big components. The visual hook, that is what the viewer sees as soon as they click play. The verbal hook is what the viewer hears or what you say. And the value hook is the perceived value you want to communicate that gets the viewer to put the remote down and watch your video a little bit longer. If you can make a good hook, then you'll increase watch time on the rest of your video. Now, the hook can come in a lot of different forms, but there are more advanced hook formulas that can help you be even more influential with your video viewers. This is an example of one of the advanced hook formulas that we share with our clients in our advanced YouTube program. This covers all three of the psychological components that you need your video to have. Now, once you've grabbed the viewer's attention, it's time to relate to the viewer and show them you know them. This is an important psychological step for gaining trust with the viewer, and you must do this quickly. This is where you have an opportunity to create a relationship with the viewer and to build trust with them. Some great ways that you can relate to your viewer are introducing yourself and your place in the industry. Here's a look at a relate to the viewer script that we use in our program. It leverages some very powerful tools like the before state and the after state. The before state is the miserable, sad position your customers are in before they watch your video, and the after state is the positive, uplifting position they're in after watching the video. It might sound something like this. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Owen, and if you are tired of making videos that don't get any views and you want to go viral and generate leads from your videos, then you're gonna love today's video where I share you how to dig into your expertise to create videos your audience will love. It's important that you take the R section and make it your own for every single video that you make. The next section is the E section, where you will explain your solution. Notice I didn't say explain a solution or the solution, but your unique solution. One of my favorite clients ever is Haas Tools, and they make a ton of great customized tools and other gardening products. Now, when they hold up a tool, they don't say, hey, go dig yourself 4 rows in the dirt. No, they say, you got to get yourself a Haas 4-row tool maker. See, they've positioned their solution as a unique gift to their viewers. I often will tell my clients that a video has 2 parts to it, just like a Christmas gift. There's the gift inside, but there's also the wrapping paper that makes the gift more desirable. In a video, the hook is your wrapping paper, but the explain your solution section is the gift inside. We often break this up into 3 or 5 bullet points that function like stepping stones across a river, where each bullet point leads to the climax, which is the end of your video. So remember, in your E section, the last thing you talk about should be the best part of your video. And that's when you can ask for engagement. Ask the viewers to like your video. Ask them to subscribe. Now, you don't have to do this in every single video. I try to encourage my clients to do it as it feels natural. Now, once you've asked for engagement, it's time to end your video. And you never want to use the words in conclusion or as we wind down, because they're just gonna pick up that remote and X out. So instead, immediately tell them what to do next, which is click on another video. You know, as a business owner, you're gonna be tempted to ask every viewer to opt in or to buy from you. Here's how I'm gonna challenge you. If you can get them to watch 3 or 4 videos in a row, they will opt in or buy without you saying a word about it. Now, of course, you need to have links and a proper description box, which we'll talk about later. So on YouTube, we recommend for that every 5 videos you make, only 1 asks for the sale. The other 4, you should tell them to click on the next video. Create binge watching sessions. This is the most important strategy that you could ever utilize on YouTube, and it's why we teach the silo strategy as a foundational principle, so that the viewer has content to binge watch on. At the end of your video, tell the viewer to click on the next video in the series so that they can further their knowledge on the topic that you're covering. And that's it. That's the great video formula. If you can memorize that acronym, G.R.E.A.T, then you can sketch out or even improv any video you want. In fact, I recommend that you print that out and tape it on the wall behind your camera so that you can always sit down and film a video whenever you want. Now, in the next video, I want to cover the pattern interrupts and the visual elements that are going to help you tell the story even further to entertain your audience and keep them engaged. So let's watch that video next.